Not a choice. It was springtime on the island of New Florida, and the trains were being really useful on the tracks. Passenger trains were being useful with their passengers every day. And freight trains were being useful too. Dwee and Becky were in the shed. "What's going on, sir?" asked Becky. "A new route has opened," said Mr. Cakester. "It's called the Kicking Horse Pass in southern New Florida. You must go to it," he said. "What's it all about?" asked Dwee. "Is it scenic?" Then they buffered up to a long goods train of 103 cars in South Nutham, and they set off out of the shunting yard. "They have this goods train to deliver," said Becky. "We sure do," puffed Dwee. And they steamed out safely together. Then they came to the mountains. "They're so cool," said Becky. "I've never seen anything like it." "Neither have I," puffed Dwee. You could almost see nothing." Then a passenger train came into view too. "You could almost see Union Station from here," puffed Dwee. "The other engines would like this route." And the train clattered along with its freight on board. It was really long. But the engines carried on. The guard looked at the tall mountain. It was gorgeous. "I've never seen a mountain that tall before," puffed Dwee. And they steamed through the desert together. Some passengers were at the station ahead when Becky and Dwee puffed by. They loved the mountains. Then a school bus was waiting at the railroad crossing in case a train came by, but then it got stuck on the tracks. Becky and Dwee applied their brakes, but it was too late! Fire began to rage. It was bizarre. Thankfully, the bus was empty, and no one was hurt or killed. Becky was engulfed in flames. It was really bizarre. Flames billowed into the air. It was astronomical. This wouldn't have happened if we had focused on our job, moaned Becky. Then the fire raged non-stop. It was like nothing had ever happened before. This is astronomical, moaned Becky. The oily sand made my firebox explode! I can't see anything, moaned Wee. And then the fire went out. Luckily, no one was hurt, but the bus was completely destroyed and Becky was derailed. I'm sorry about that, moaned Becky. The kids can't go on their field trip to the science museum. Then Sasha pulled up with the express. She had a cab car and commuter coaches behind her. She was right to pick everyone up. All aboard! Called Sasha. Then a new engine called Kimmy arrived while Ida came to get Dwee back on the tracks. I'll have you back on the tracks in no time, Dwee, Ida said. You're doing it, Ida, said Kimmy. And at last, Dwee was back on the rails. I'm not strong enough to take all these cars to its destination on my own. You two should help me. Me? I can handle the train with Ida and you. Good idea, Dwee, puffed Sasha. Then they shunted the cab car into place, and Kimmy took the completely destroyed school bus to the scrapyard. And Alexia pulled Becky back onto the rails. Thanks a lot, Alexia, puffed Becky. I'm covered. You're welcome, Becky, said Alexia. This is the longest train ever, said Ida. So the 3 engines pulled the train along the tracks. It was really, really, really long. Make way for us! Dwee, Ida, and Sasha called out, "Passenger and freight train coming through!" And they steamed along the tracks. The load was intact, but Becky had to be repaired. But the engines didn't give up. They were feeling pleased with themselves. The train was heavy, but Dwee, Ida, and Sasha pulled it in unison. Kimmy, on the other hand, was taking the school bus along to where it needed to be scrapped. Then, when she went over the points, there was trouble. "Oh no!" she cried. "The school bus is going out of control! Come back!" But the school bus didn't listen. "Oh no!" she cried. "I should go save it." But the school bus rolled down the hill. It sped through the station at high speed. It was out of control, and it clattered non-stop. It went by the mountains that Dwee and Becky had passed earlier. Then Kimmy tried to save it, but she was diverted into a siding. "Oopsie, sorry!" moaned Kimmy. Then it knocked a branch onto the tracks. The flatbed smashed into the tree and wood splintered everywhere. And then Becky was repaired and she pulled Kimmy back onto the rails. "Thanks a lot, Becky," said Kimmy. "I have a runaway freight car." "Then it should be switched," said Becky. The freight car rolled down the tracks, right into a siding! The bus was catapulted into the air like the magic school bus, but Miss Frizzle and her kids weren't there! "I knew I should have stayed home today," Carlos would say, and the school bus flew into the air. It was astronomical! It was way over the clouds! And it floated over everything. And it dipped down. And went right toward the ground. It was safe. Kimmy took the engines over to say goodbye to the school bus. It was like the magic school bus, said Kimmy. She smiled that it